Once again, good morning for those who may be joining us all the way from this Americas or that area of the world. Good afternoon to those in Kenya and around. Good evening and welcome to this presentation today. My name is Dan Odero. Today we're going to have a discussion about health and one area of health that probably may be a concern or something that we can do about it, because one of the things that we have come to realize, and maybe some of us have realized, others will realize later, is the health is our responsibility. It's not the responsibility of a doctor or somebody else, it is our responsibility. And what can we do to ensure that we take care of our health optimally? I am not a medical worker, I have got no medical background, but that does not hinder me from running this presentation. The information and the facts we get from here have been provided by the scientific advisory, an active scientific advisory board with the company we're involved in, Neolife International, a scientific advisory board that has been around and has been active since early 70s, and the company, as you can see behind me, and there's a sign there, has been a pioneer of whole foods since 1958. So to be a member in this, if one wants to get to join the business or use products from business, you don't have to be a scientific person. There's enough information there that is provided by the company, and you can also engage them. So this is where we come from, the strength we come from. And over the years, I've been involved for the last almost 29 years. And after being a skeptic, I have had personal stories that have made me change my mind on it. And I've seen how important it is to take care of our health or to do something actively about our health. Today we're going to discuss, we're going to discuss and look at bone health, bones, muscle, and joint health. Bone, muscle, and joint health. I think you can see that. That is what we're going to discuss. First of all, before we go on into this presentation, what are the things that help us keep ourselves healthy? What are the main aspects of a healthy body? What is health? How do we make sure that we are healthy? What are the things we need to do? And it's very simple. Our health is dependent on only three matters. One of the matters for health, you need to have adequate rest. So if you're not really healthy, ask yourself, do an audit and ask yourself, if I'm not healthy, am I getting enough rest? First aspect is rest, an aspect of my life. Second thing, do I exercise? Do I get involved in exercise? And exercise does not mean that you have to go into a gym. Someone says, we don't have a gym. I don't have the time for a gym. I don't have the money for a gym. Exercise could be done in your sitting room, where you are walking to work, normal walks, where you are, that's where you can do exercise. Some active exercise every week. Exercise is important. Something that helps you increase the rate of your heartbeat is important. So exercise is an important aspect of keeping healthy. And the third aspect is diet. So the three aspects that ensure that we are healthy is good rest. And they say about 8 hours of sleep is ideal for a normal person. 8 hours of sleep. Less than that, you're asking for a bit of trouble. Exercise, be a bit active, where you can take stairs instead of using a lift. Some places you can walk a bit. In your house, do a bit of exercise twice a week, thrice a week, do something. And then the diet, something that we do every day. What do I do to keep? What am I eating? Very important. These are important aspects of keeping healthy. Now we move on to some aspect that is a challenge, and many people are suffering from it, arthritis. And you can see a hand out there of somebody who has been affected by arthritis. The hand looks a little bit deformed. There's a lot of pain. The bone is affected. The joints are affected. And at times you become disabled because of arthritis. And this is one of the things that we want to discuss today. And then we say, what are the causes of arthritis, and what can you do about it? Some of us say, I don't have arthritis, I will never get it. But many of us, I included, many of us know people who have arthritis. As you get older, we have the challenges of it. It might be not that bad, but you have the problems. So what causes arthritis, and what can you do about it? Because it is important. Do not wait until it becomes a problem to start addressing it. So what are the causes of arthritis? First of all, is injury. Some injury, you had an accident, something got hurt, and you have arthritis because the body is not healing well, is a cause of arthritis. Over-exercise. Exercise is good, but sometimes we become so excited about exercise, we do it over, you become an exercise junkie. Over-exercise, every time you're exercising. Diseases, example, lupus, leukemia, bone cancer can be the causes of arthritis. Mineral deficiency. In our diets, we do not get enough minerals. Mineral deficiency. Some of this mineral deficiency you can see very well, very clearly in the cases where, in fact, in the cases of women mainly, when you find they are eating stones. And in fact, some people sell stones in supermarkets. Have you seen stones being sold and people buying them? If you do not take care of a mineral deficiency, I normally say that if you don't take care of it for your wife, she might eat your house away. She might end up eating your house. So mineral deficiency, take care of it. Infections. Our immune system is low, we get infections. Osteoporosis, which is mainly common in women, because of monthly cycles, every month you have a loss, there's a loss. Osteoporosis is very real for women. Overweight. You're not walking around too much, you're not exercising, you have a sedentary diet, you have a sedentary lifestyle, that says that you're not walking around, you start getting overweight. Underactive thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is not active, so you find you develop arthritis. This is some of the causes of arthritis. How can we stop arthritis from affecting us? What can we do to stop it? And what are the things we can do to stop arthritis? One of the things we can do, maintain a healthy exercise plan. Plan it out. 3 times a week, twice a week, I will do this for half an hour. Every day I will do a little bit. Maintain a healthy exercise plan. Get enough calcium and vitamin D. And I'll show you where you can get it from, some of the foods you can get it from. Take a healthy diet. And sometimes when we are very busy, we do not take care of our diets. We just have easy things here. We're not thinking about so much. We're so busy, and the diet suffers. Avoid smoking. If you're a smoker, avoid smoking. But you also might be in a place where others are smoking, and it affects you. Avoid smoking as much as you can. Take nutritional supplements. take nutritional supplements. It has reached a point where we have to. I remember 30 years ago, before I knew about nutrition and supplementation, I used to say, this is for the, they say, Wazungus, the whites. They're cheating us, because at that time I was in South Africa and I said, this thing about supplementation, see, for me, if I can get these things, my food, it's not for me. But I have seen, and over 30 years, I have got stories. I've got some stories for you which I'll share, personal stories for myself and people around me. Why it's important to take nutritional supplements. And good nutritional supplements qualify that. Good, not any, good nutritional supplements. And I'll also tell you why they have to be good supplements that we're taking. Now, some of the foods that help us for strong bones, some of the foods you can take, because one of the things is diet. Remember in the chart there, we said rest, exercise, diet is important, and diet we can take control of. We have control of that because we can choose what we put in our mouths and in our foods. Calcium supports bones and teeth structure. Where do you get calcium from? Cheese, collard greens, yogurt, milk, spinach, sardines. These are things you can find in supermarkets. These are things we can take care of. Vitamin D, where do you get? Improves the calcium absorption and bone growth. Vitamin D, where would you get it from? Salmon, eggs, tuna, fortified cereals, sunshine, enough sunshine. That's why sometimes we say, sometimes we don't really need it because you get a lot of sunshine. But these are the areas you can get food for the strong bones. These are some of the things, are we having this in our diets? Some of the times we say, I'd like to do it, but there's, like something like salmon, it's very expensive. A kilo of salmon, the cost sometimes is ranges from about 3,000 to 4,000 shillings a kilo of salmon. How much salmon can you eat? 3,000 shillings a kilo of salmon. So it's good, but for our diets, for our budgets, we might avoid it. But these are the foods that you can have that are important for have strong bones. Now, Neolife was begun because one of the things we talk about is how can we reverse the trend, because it is a trend. And the study is done, the chronic diseases are rising higher before, and there was a study that said by 2020, which we are now past 5 years into 2020, in 2025, chronic diseases will account for almost 3 out of every 4 deaths worldwide. This was a study done by the World Health Organization. They warned us before. Remember, Neolife began 1958, not just the other day. It's a long-time study. But the World Health Organization came up with this and says, these are the things, and we're seeing it happening. Heart disease. How many people do you know have got heart disease? How many people have we seen who are saying we've got heart disease? Cancer is common. We have wards full, 10th floor ward in Kenya. The Kenyatta National Hospital has got a whole ward full cancer patients. Diabetes. Every other person has got a diabetes. Strokes. We almost hear it in a common day-to-day basis. Chronic respiratory diseases, of obesity, common. We need to turn this around because it's becoming a problem that we have. We're always at Harambes. We're all Harambes where people come together to raise money to help somebody take care of a disease. It's become so common. We need to turn it around because if we wait for the government, wait for a doctor to help you, it might be too late. So these are the things we need to take care of. And Neolife says, how can we turn the trends around? How can we do it? How can we do that? The business of Neolife was built on a vision. the founder of Neolife at 19, was not a scientist, but he was affected because he had a problem with asthma, and his mother found a company that found some supplements that could help him with those challenges. Yeah, they could help with those challenges. I've seen the chat box. Someone says I had many even doctors say that once you are an adult, milk will not add calcium to your body, and they even ask you to discontinue milk. So my question is, does milk add calcium? Yes, there's a lot of confusing things out there. Yeah, who will tell us? But calcium is, studies have been done. There's a connection there. So calcium does help. But sometimes we don't get enough from it because of the processing. Because nowadays, some of the milk, when you process foods, the sources we say are not real sources. So you find milk created out in the lab. There's a lot of powder, less of it. So unfortunately, some of the foods we're eating don't give us what we need. And that's why supplementation becomes important. Because when we know, yes, go to the foods, unfortunately, because of processing, because people think of profit before that, this happens. So that's why sometimes it's good to supplement. Because you're not getting it from there. How do you make sure that you get it? A part of your diet supplementation. So back to this story of the vision built by Jerry Braswell. So he went in, he was first benefited from it, then got into business as a distributor to start doing the business a little bit. And then with time, also created a company. And for him, he says, the company must be built on a vision that says what we say must be what we do. Because there are many companies out there, and you might have seen them. There are many companies, there are many supplementations that you find, food supplements that you find, but some don't work. By looking at Neolife, you make a different choice. Because Neolife difference, we have an active scientific advisory board set up by Dr. Arthur First. The late Dr. Arthur First created the scientific advisory board, which is active. As we speak, they are active in what they do. It's not just one person. We don't just say things. They go out there. In fact, the World Health Organization has come to Neolife to ask them, let us test with some of your products. So it's active. So the reason we promote and encourage people to take, because we're not talking from our own, I am not a scientist. We have scientists who are actively always checking, who have an unlimited budget. So the real difference are things like GMO, there's non-GMO products, whole foods are there, created by doctors and scientists, clinically proven. So we're not just talking out of our, because we see, clinically proven. So when we give a product, when we recommend, because we have the backing there, I can say with confidence that the products here work. So sometimes when we recommend things here, we talk about some products here, don't start going and looking for something cheaper. Some people start looking at that. The reason we say use the products here, because they work. And this is the background. The background is there. One of the first products that was produced by Neolife was a product called 3NN Formula 4, first produced 1958, when that was the first product they had in their 1958. And the reason for that was because there was a problem at that time with industrialization. Chronic fatigue was a problem. A government study was done that they said what was causing chronic fatigue. They found that it's not because of lack of the normal things. They said there was a critical thing because when they were doing food processing, they were removing lipids and sterols, which you get from rice bran, from wheat germ, and from soya, were being removed from that so that food could last on the shelf longer. Because if you take fresh food storage, if you have food that is not processed, it cannot last on the shelf for too long. So they said, find a solution, process it. which is not bad because you feed people, but they removed an essential part, which at that point made it that we need then to supplement to take back what has been removed from our normal foods. So TRNN came in to feed the cells. And you've got about 73 trillion cells in our body which need to be fed. And if you don't have this lipids and sterols, your cells become unhealthy because nutrients don't get in, toxins don't get out. It's like having good food there, but you can't eat it. You're hungry, you can smell it, but you can't eat it. You can't get food, you're starving. The food is all around you, but you can't get it, doesn't get in. When you put in lipids and sterols, nutrients get in, toxins get out, you begin to get better. This product was produced 1958. Those who have been taking that product from that time have not died because of side effects. Over 60 years, if there's something going to happen bad, you would have seen by now, has been no bad effects. It energizes you, gives you increased cellular energy production, optimal membrane function, made from lipids and sterols. First product that was produced by Neolife. So when you begin to start saying, if you're taking anything else, if it's not for nothing else you take, at least have a TRNN in there, because also your medication will help better. Things will help work better in your body if you at least taking TRNN as a basis. If for nothing else, take this product. Nothing else. This is the product you need to be on. Secondly, fill the fruits and vegetable gap. We have fruits and vegetables, we don't have a lot of them. In fact, many a times you find fruits and vegetables are sold a lot outside hospitals. That's why people are buying them a lot, because at that point, when someone has been sick, they start thinking, what's the best thing I could give the person? Let me give them fruits and vegetables. So you have very nice, outside hospitals, you find very nice stands for fruits and vegetables. And recently now, people are beginning to learn that this is important, so you have them. But it didn't happen. So because we don't have enough of them, there's a supplement which has been produced, carotenoid complex, the only supplement, the world's first whole full carotenoid complex supplement, that the World Health Organization asked Neolife to say, let's take and do a test with it. And they said, you've not said enough about it. One of the things they have found that is it increases your immune system by 37% in 20 days. Clinically proven to boost the immune system by 37% in 20 days. That means if your immune system was low, it comes up to normal and increases by 37. So you're much stronger in that one. And it's all made from carotenoid power. It's from 115 kilograms of raw fruits and vegetables in every bottle. Things it helps with, besides the immune system, it also assists you with things like slowing down the growth of cancer in the body, and many other benefits we have there. Another product that is also important is the Salmon Oil Plus. And I hear everybody talking about Salmon Oil Plus, Salmon Oil Plus. And we have there that we've got all the 8 salmon or 8 salmon, the family of 8 salmon oil, alpha-linolenic, SDA. So it's a full one which has been made there. Very good, concentrates all the 8 beneficial omega-3s in the body. Now, there's a small story that I remember. There's a small story I remember that one of the scientists came out. One of the scientists came out and was saying, in fact, I look at this, the chat, someone was saying there, yes, it's true, I gave my sister TRNN and she also having athletics, and she's saying she feels better while she takes Train N. Anything you need, Train N is a basis. For everything you need, Train N is a basis. But the Train N, I remember for omega-3, there are many companies that say we have got omega-3, but one of the scientists came out and was also in Nairobi. The scientists come out and they're doing research, came out in Nairobi and says, let me look at the competition that is out there. Because some people say, I can get a cheaper omega-3. I can find it in the chemist. I can find a better option of omega-3, omega-6 and omega-3, which might be better than yours. And he went out, one of the scientists went out with a scientific eye and says, he went in a chemist and asked them, can I see what you have as omega-3? And the chemist gave him the omega-3. And he looked at the ingredient part. As he was looking at it, he could not. He says, I can't see any ingredient that is omega-3 on this container of product called omega-3. And the chemist said, there is none. But then why do you call it omega-3? Because everybody comes in here looking for omega-3. And some of us go in there looking for something with a good price. And there was none. There was none. That is why sometimes I have had 2 or 3 cases where some people say they went to the doctor said, prescribe, go and take omega-3. They went and bought it from those chemists. They went and took, and nothing is happening. Woe to you that you went in and doctors recommended and you go in and buy something that is not helping you. It's not helping you because it's not been clinically tested. It's just being sold because everybody's looking for it. You sell something and say the name, and because you're a chemist and because you say so, someone doesn't check. Ours is clinically proven, tried, clinically tested. One of the cases I had was a lady who was being told by the doctor, you need some of this. She went and got, and when he went back to test, he said, you're not taking. She said, I'm buying, I'm taking. He said, you're not. Then she came to me and asked me, I have been going to buy from a chemist. The doctor says, I take this. I have been taking, it's not happening. Do you? I said, take ours. 3 days later, I kid you not, 3 days later, she took a product, not omega, a product that had everything, a Formula 4 that has got a little bit of it. 3 days later, she went in and checked and says, now you are taking. Oh, you are taking. So in a case when someone doubts you, say them, take from us, go back and have a test and then see. Case after case, I've had people, someone can say, now the results are showing. It's showing in my blood, it's showing in that. That is why you choose from Neolife and no one else. A product that gives you result is not expensive. It is working and helps you. Then there are multivitamins and minerals also. Vitamin minerals bridge the gap between dietary gap plus phytoessences for easy digestion. Cells in the blood. Essential vitamins and minerals complex nourishes your cells more than that. Later in the year, they started making Formula 4 Plus, where they had the minerals one part and a complete balanced variety, the mineral complex. The World Health Organization estimates that 6% to 80% of the world's population may be iron deficient. Now, you can get iron from liver and those things, but you're not getting it. Why? Because of processing. People are throwing things out. That is why it is important then to start looking at some of the problems we have. Is because we are very diligently looking at some of the foods we are having, and we are going there and having the foods, getting a balanced diet from the foods that are lacking. Because unless you are growing your own things, how do you make sure? That is why the problems are there. So I'm not saying forget about foods, still get the foods, but a third of your diet, a third of your thing should be food supplements from a good company, from one that has got a scientific advisory board that guarantee that you are not wasting your money. The World Health Organization had a pyramid that said that we must follow the lifestyle pyramid that says at the bottom of the pyramid should be physical exercise, whole grains, fruits and vegetables, protein, fats and sugars. That's how the pyramid should be. But many of us, for a lot of times in our lifestyle, we've turned it upside down. We have minimal physical activity, overweight makes us overweight. We don't take wholes and grains. We have got processed foods, too much protein, fats and sugars. And that's a typical thing. That is why some of these problems are common. Neolife has a thing that we have a pack. They have solutions like a pack. The Pro Vitality pack helps you turn this around because in that pack, it gives you the 3NN, it gives you carotenoid complex, it gives you the minerals, it gives you the omega-3 in a pack made very nicely. That helps you to turn that pyramid right side up. Neolife solution has this. And not just because we're just saying because we want, because it's tried and tested and over years, you find results. Some of the things that you might think of, did you know? Did you know some of the things? Did you know that calcium and magnesium development and maintenance contribute to the maintenance of bones, teeth, normal muscle function, and much more? Sufficient quantities of calcium, vitamin D, together with a healthy diet and regular exercise may reduce the risk of developing osteoporosis. Did you know that? The Neolife CalMag has exclusive double amino acid chelation found to influence the potential for effective absorption of calcium, magnesium up to 6 times, readily absorbed and highly available vitamin D3 to assist with absorption of action of calcium. Just the other day, I went out for a bit of a walk, and I went out for a walk where I walked down a hill. And at night, I had a terrible, I couldn't sleep. Fortunately, I had, and I always have some supplements in my house. I had vitamin D, which I took, the pain disappeared. This is the thing. Sometimes we rush when you have a pain, we rush and go and take painkillers. We say, what is the source of the problem? Sometimes, if you take more of a supplements, unlike medication, can be taken in high doses to alleviate a problem. This you can do with a natural supplement, natural. One has been tested, not synthetic ones, natural one. Take a high dose of it. You'll find sometimes the pain eases. I remember one case where my mother was having problems developing arthritis and she had a lot of pain in her joints. She was having so much pain. So I told her, Mom, take omega-3 take some omega-3 and take a higher dose. I tell her, take 9. 5, you're having dinner. Another 4 before you go to bed. The next morning she asked, is that a painkiller? These are things I've not had just from, personally, I have seen personally. So I'm telling you about things that work. And clinically, we have clinical backup for that. So it's not just our stories, it's all of us got a clinical backup for the things we're talking about here. Omega-3 salmon oil plus supports healthy heart, sharp mind, flexible joints. The Neolife's ultra-high potency fish oil, complete with standardized amounts of all 8 omega-3 acids, is ultra pure, ultra high potency, full spectrum, natural and safe, clinically proven to support heart and cardiovascular health. So besides just helping your joints, also your heart health is helped, cardiovascular health is helped. You can get that, of course, from your salmon oil, but of course, some of us cannot afford to have salmon, which is cost 3,000 shillings per kilo. You can have it once in a while. So balance that with a little bit of your omega-3. have that balance there. And you know you're getting one which is helps you there. It's tried and tested, omega-3. So someone with arthritis will benefit greatly from taking supplements. Eating correctly and getting also supplementation is where it is. And as I say, and has been tried, you can take higher doses of natural supplement. If it's unnatural, if it's synthetic, it will not have the same effect. So if you go to another company, you say, I am very clever, I found one which is a bit cheaper, I can go and find which is a bit beneficial. You are shooting yourself in the foot because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Not because I'm not just saying that because I'm dissing, because this is what I've seen over the years. And the scientists are there. Do you know also that there's full motion? This product, which has got glucosamine. In fact, a lot of things, you find it in medication. But here is a supplement. Supports the maintenance of healthy cartilage. Maintenance, so it makes it grow back like a normal one. Provides glucosamine in a sulfite-free, from which reduces the risk of digestive comfort. That regulates inflammation, providing long-lasting relief. If someone has got a problem with their bones and they've got that, full motion is a product to take, as we can call it, take full motion. You've got the pain, someone is complaining about pains there. Instead of taking medicine all the time, that starts having problems later for you. Full motion product to take, natural, works beautifully. 90 capsules, you normally take about 3 a day, plus your month. But supplements can also be taken a little bit of a higher dose. It's always possible to do that with a natural supplement, like a supplement from Neolife that produces it. These are studies we've been done over the years, over the 60 years I've been around, there have been studies on live people. I feel bad because some people start saying, skeptical because they go out. A lot of people sometimes go out and start saying, I'm looking for a better alternative. I'm looking for another, that company is better. I'm hearing things that this company does better. They pay more money elsewhere. But does the thing work? Bottom line, does the thing work? Is it working? Is it working? Over the years, we find things that work. In Neolife, you'll find it actually works. So when someone goes around and says, I'm looking for something cheap, I say, please, better put money aside and spend here because this thing will work for you than to go and spend money on something that does not work. There was a lady who I met one time and who had been seeing a doctor for, she had a problem with her bones. For 12 years, she had gone to a doctor. After 12 years, the doctor told her she was not getting better. And the doctor told her, I cannot help you any longer. She'd been prescribing things. She'd been going out and taking things. Sometimes you find some people who are so skeptical about supplementation because unfortunately they are going out. People will tell them, I can get you something cheaper, I can get you something with no clinical background. No clinical background, no research. For us, you can, don't take my word for it, go and do your own research. The person who invited you can give you a link to go and check for yourself. Do some research. I remember I had an uncle who was having a problem and having challenges, and I told him, why don't you use our products? And he said, yes, but let me consult my doctor. The doctor went and said, those things don't work. Forget about them. Those things don't work. Now, he was in bad shape and he said, he had a little money. So he said, let me go and have a second opinion. He flew to London. He flew to the UK to go there to say, let me go and have a second opinion because my doctor's here saying, don't use them. You're not getting better. In London, he met a doctor who says, have you heard of a company called Neolife? Buying a ticket, flying all the way to London to be told, have you heard about a company called Neolife? I think the products can help you. So he came back. after wasting time. The last time I met him, unfortunately, he called me. I had a call and said, Dan, please get me those things. When I went to see him, he was in HDU, high dispensing unit, because he was so badly off. But in his pain, he remembered me and called me and says, please bring me some products. I found out I was the last person to see him because the next day he had died. Because sometimes we wait until it's late. Now we want miracles. We want miracles. And sometimes miracles just don't happen like that. If you leave it to too late, these things might not help you. Don't wait until it's too late. Strong bones and healthy joints. These are the things that you can use. Exclusive double amino acids, calcium and magnesium, to increase calcium absorption, stimulates, generates cartilage joints, the full motion. Salmon oil, which has been clinically proven to lower inflammatory index by 68% in 8 weeks. These are the things you take, but don't wait until you have pain and you're having you have problems. When you feel a little bit of a discomfort, start taking. Before you get there, start taking, because sometimes you don't have to wait till the doctors are telling you, by the way, you can start taking, because they are not made, our supplements are not made for sickly people, they're meant for healthy people who want to do something already. So if you're not there, start taking. For the women, start taking every month some calcium. Begin now. Don't wait until you have to start calling for help from people to help you. Start taking now. You don't have to have a prescription to take our supplementation. You can take it on your own. On Monday, the person will call you, tell him, can I start buying a few of these things already? Can I start getting a few? Call them up. Give me some calcium. Can I get some salmon oil? Just to put already, start taking already. Don't wait. Then there are things like you can get them from beets, you can get them from kale, you can get feel the benefits of magnesium. There's a product also, magnesium is also a product you can take because it contributes to maintenance of normal muscle function, normal psychological function, maintenance of normal bone health, energy production. Magnesium, fantastic product that's there that can help. That also helps you to start benefiting there. Feel the benefit of magnesium head to toe. You don't need prescription to go and take supplementation. Let me ask my doctor. You don't need to ask your doctor. Of course, sometimes they say, ask your doctor. If you ask your doctor, but your doctor has not done research. If your doctor just says, let me find out. If your doctor is just saying no because of what he thinks and not doing, is an active scientific advisory board who are saying we have done research, clinical proven, we're doing research. As we're speaking, they're researching. Use. Let's not wait until we have a crisis to go in and use things. These things can help you prevent a problem. Start taking them. Magnesium is a great product to start taking. Even start with 1 or 2 products. Take a magnesium. Go and get. Ask the person who do an order now. Call them when you finish this call and say, what can I get? How can I get these products? Do a call now. Don't wait. Invest in your health today. Or your sickness, you'll have sickness tomorrow. Your body will be around a lot longer than expensive handbags. Invest in yourself. Your health is an investment, not an expense. The best investment you can ever make is your own health. Don't ask your doctor. Yes, when you're not feeling well, ask. But sometimes you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable. What I'm not taking? How is my diet? What are things I'm not taking? Don't wait until in fact, one time I went to a hospital and I was told by some doctor, when men walk into hospital themselves bring themselves in, there's a big problem. Don't wait for that point to come. Start doing things before that. Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. It's your responsibility, not your responsibility. Now, Neolife has got a business building aspect to this. You don't have to be someone that loves nutrition or these things. Every day of our lives, it's a thing we do all the time. Every day we buy things for our diets. We buy foods. So some of us, if you're too busy, just make it a habit. Go and start buying products for yourself, just for yourself to use. And then you'll find some people asking you, how can I benefit also? Your friend saying, what are you using? Neolife has got a system that pays you back. It's an investment in your own self. The thing that we are doing every day, shopping for products for our household, shop for something that makes an investment. Every product from Neolife has got they say that every time you buy, some points are accumulated. Every time you're buying something for yourself, some money is put aside. And because of volume, they pay you back you're paid back a bonus from how much you've used in the business. So the thing we normally do every month, we go and do some shopping, shop in your own business. When you're shopping there, you're accumulating some business there. When you're recommending to others, you're creating a volume. Those points that are there, that are income generating points, because at a point there are many companies that say they're loyalty points. In your life, they're not loyalty points, they're income generating points. Every time you're buying something in your own business, you're putting something aside that you can be paid on. The normal thing you're doing, normal day to day, don't go out, normal day to day, buying your things, products for your health, products for cleaning. We've got cleaning products, very good cleaning products. As you're doing those things happen. So you're not only saving because you're getting at a discounted price, you're also investing. Every time you're buying, you're investing. Every time someone asks you for a product, you're investing in your own business. You can just be a consumer. When you become a consumer, something happens in your world, you lose your work, something happens, things change, you need an extra income. If you've been doing this over and over again, you're investing. There are people to guide you along. Tomorrow we have a presentation by our leader from South Africa who tells you how to do it. Over here in the call, if you want to know quickly, they will tell you how it's done. They will guide you along. Contact the person who has invited you here. Ask them, how can I do it as a business? What things do I need to do? How can I first of all begin to save by using products for my own business, getting at a discounted price? As I share with others, as I'm buying for myself, I'm investing. You can build an international business of international travel. Some of the people here have traveled. They just came back from Cape Town because they are travels. You can retire healthy and active. You're not good. It's something you're doing in your normal day-to-day. Some people have retired are doing this with their normal day-to-day things. Building lasting relationships. Share the opportunity with others. You hear someone suffering, I've got this problem here, I'm going to buy. Don't buy something useless. Come on, let me show you where you can buy from. You can build a team with this. There's an opportunity here to make something out of the things we do by taking care first of our health. There's an opportunity here. With Neolife, you can be your best. Attain health and wellness both physically and financially. Achieve and maintain ideal weight, earn extra income each month, spend more time with the family and friends, be your own boss, work part-time or full-time. This has been made, you can do it part-time or full-time, so you don't have to rush into it. You can start part-time and then go full-time, receive recognition for year achievements, experience personal growth, experience being part of a New Life family, enjoy an overall better life. You can do this with New Life. Friends, it's been a pleasure sharing with you. Make this count. You came in to learn something. Turn to the person who has invited you and ask them, give me more information. How can I get good products? How can I do something to supplement my income? This is the opportunity. I look forward to seeing you as we enjoy on the beaches of the world. Back to you, Fred, as we come to the end of this presentation. Fred, back to you.
Thank you so much, Dan. Thank you. That was awesome. I like the energy. I like the delivery. I like the content. Fantastic information. I believe we've learned a lot. Guys, let's go out. Let's put it into practice. Any information you get, share it as fast as possible. If I were you, I would make a message, a very quick message, and I would send to 20 of my relatives about bone health and the benefits that they can get out of it. Because many people are suffering, and one of the quickest ways to communicate is to send a message or send a WhatsApp. You just tell them, I've just had a fantastic seminar where we were taught about these wonderful products of Neolife that are reversing the symptoms of arthritis. And would you care to know more? And I tell you, I mean, all over there are people who are suffering. We can totally make a positive difference in people's lives and really get the blessings. You know, when you share this with somebody and they feel better. I remember sharing with my auntie, she could not even climb up a pavement. She used the product. Within a short time, she was back to her. She could climb, she could walk, she could run. I mean, it was just amazing. So thank you so much, Dan. This recording will be available a little bit later today. So we'll be able to share it with the leaders. Then you can take it, listen to it once more, share it with a friend. And I know one by one person at a time, we are making a positive difference in people's lives. Thank you all. God bless you. See you tomorrow at 8 p.m. For the session with Pascal Olo on how you can be able to make money with the Neolife product. Thank you all. God bless you and bye-bye. Sorry, before we go, remember Saturday we are at KICC with Charlie Bolton in the Ego Team function. And Sunday we are at Hilton Hotel. Make sure you invite as many people as you can to that particular session. Distributors 100 bob, guests is free. Invite those. At KICC. Goodbye and God bless.